Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Post Market Report sponsored by Delta.Exchange. Yesterday, I announced the charity dinner. Some more details will be coming very soon. The date, time, venue, and everything. The response has been really very, very good. So this shows that, the people are two things. One is they are eager to meet me, and number two, they are very eager to contribute for the charity. So the more details will be coming very soon. Let us come back to the markets. The markets were highly volatile. And today, who would have expected this kind of volatility? It's not only here, even globally also. RBI policy, it was expected to be a non-event. Yes, that was the case. There was a status quo maintained. There's nothing surprise, but do not know why market fell nearly 150 points in the morning. That may be probably the US markets, US futures were falling. I think today in the pre-market I mentioned, after the Amazon results, the Amazon stock has fallen 10% after the results, and before the result, yesterday night during the trading time, it has fallen 5%. So taking the total fall to 15% in a single trading session. And Nasdaq 100, it has fallen about 2% after the market close yesterday. And before the market close, it fell another 1.5%, I think. So total, it was a total more than 1,000 point fall. That's about 4% fall. So probably that was the reason. The second reason, FIIs were net sellers yesterday. So the people, they just want to, like once upon a time, I was in a college, and that college was run by sannyasis, right? And then, one day we were staying in a hostel. So that hostel is manned by a Swamiji. And then one day he said, okay, well, let us all go and watch a movie. He arranged for a movie in a hall. It was an English movie. There was a bedroom scene, right? And no student was looking at the screen. Everybody was looking at the Swamiji. Swamiji's face and his reaction for this bedroom scene. So like that, here Indian retail people, instead of looking at the market, which is the bedroom scene, and they will keep looking at the FII face. So how FIIs are reacting. So if FIIs are selling, these people will sell. If FIIs buy, these people will buy. So they always tend to align with the FIIs. So markets fell. Then after that, don't know why market recovered 150 points. That's okay. Morning market fell, and then early afternoon market shot up. Again the market fell 150 points. And then again it shot up more than 150 points. So it is a four-way move today. But the last leg we can understand because European markets opened positive. US futures, after falling nearly 1.5%, the entire 1.5%, loss has been wiped out, and Nasdaq turned green, Nasdaq future. Even the S&P 500 also fell nearly 1%, then shot up 1.5%. So I think, like as I told you in the pre-market, now all the results are out. So everything has been factored in. I think the worst is already been priced in US. So this is what I said in the pre-market. But now you see from there, the markets recovered significantly. So that is a global picture. And here our market was very volatile. And especially the far out of the money options. And, Nifty is shooting up by 100 points, but the put premiums are increasing by 30%, 40%. I was watching 25,000 put option. I sold at around 10 rupees. I placed a buy order at 8 rupees. I thought I can make 2 rupees profit. The market keep going higher, and this put premium from it came to 8 rupee 50 paise, something like that. From there, it's going to 11, 12 rupees. And same thing on the call side. 26,000 call option also sold at 10 rupees. Luckily in between I squared off, and then, that was going to around 15 rupees. The option premiums are crazily high. 26,200 call option was trading around 8 rupees, 9 rupees. There is only one reason for this. Because the India-US trade deal day, there was a big gap up, and many people who sold the call option without hedging, so they got into very, very big trouble. Now, people do not want to go home without hedging. So, whoever is selling the call option nearer, they are forced to buy the call option far away. Whoever is selling the put option nearer, they were forced to buy put option far away. So, that's why those far away put options and call option premiums are like, crazy premiums, I would say. Right? 24,800 and 26,200, they both are trading around 8 rupees plus. So anyway, those daredevils who can sell without hedging, they will make money. The funny thing that monthly option premiums are coming down. So at some point of time, 25,000 put option in monthly series, it was coming down from 56 rupees to 50 rupees, and 25,000 put option going from 10 rupees to 12 rupees. That was really, really very, very funny, right? But sometimes market work like that only. So whatever it is, at the end of the day, it is a decent closing, right? Because people were worried only by looking at the global cues. So as I told you in the morning, we are having a better local cues now, but bad global cues now. But one sector that is really, really terrible is the IT sector and TCS. I think in the last 5 years, TCS has not given any return. And just last month, I remember TCS was trading above 3,300. Now came and broke 3,000 and it came to, I think, 2,950, 2,940 like that. So that's a more than 10% fall in a matter of 1 month. I bought some TCS shares, sometime in October 2025, just before the corporate results. I remember it was trading around 3,060 rupees. So I bought 2 lots equivalent of shares. And of course, I keep selling call options. And, it went up to 3,300, now crashing down below my buying price. So I don't think I have any luck in the cash market. So after a long time in my life, I bought 4 kg of gold in sovereign gold bond. Then the SEBI issue came, I had to sell 3 kg of gold. So, I lost an opportunity of more than 3 crore in that 3 kg of gold. Right? Then, in fact, I had to sell all the 4 kg because there was no money to pay the SEBI penalty. But I advised my son to buy 1 kg gold. Now the problem is that I bought directly from the government. I'm eligible for capital gain, but now I sold everything, no capital gain. I bought at 48 lakh rupees, I sold at 56 lakh rupees per kg. Now my son company bought from the secondary market and is sitting with 1 crore profit, but the problem is that for that 1 crore he has to pay a long-term capital gain tax. So anyway, sometime luck favors. I don't think that luck favors me in the cash market. So that is the story. IT stocks not well. I think today it is the broader market has not performed well. It is the large caps. And I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, cigarette stocks started moving higher. Godfrey Phillips or Jeffrey Phillips, I don't know how to pronounce that. That has shot up. Even the ITC has shot up 5-6%. So In fact, today FMCG sector is the best performing sector after so many years. I think for the last 1.5 years, FMCG sector has never outperformed other sectors. So today, I think the first time, and because of this ITC move, FMCG sector has shot up more than 2% today. So anyway, today is Friday, so there is nothing much to discuss. But one thing, in the morning I mentioned two things. One is the box theory, 25,500 to 26,000. Because of this global jitters and this and that, Nifty actually broke 25,500 briefly by few points only. But then after that recovered. So now comfortably above 25,500. So we can hope that, 25,500 to 26,000 box will work out for the next few trading sessions. Failing which, I told you, the gap filling. But usually, the gap filling doesn't happen the next day or within few days. Even if it does, that is not really considered as a gap filling. The gap filling should happen after few weeks. So let us see, maybe end of this month or sometime in March, whether Nifty comes and touches 24,400 on the downside. So until then, we play with the options. So we are selling 25,000 put and 26,000 call for the weekly expiry. So, that's a very, very good strategy, although the returns may not be very good. So anyway, so let us see what is going to happen. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.